Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. These things right here are flower beds. They'll be used in the hoop house and to make New Hampton School a more sustainable place. Before I start talking about these beds, what does sustainability really mean? I'm here with some New Hampton students. Eric Laura, Angel Carapi, and Josh Peters. What does sustainability mean to you guys?
Sustainability is solar panels.
To me, sustainability is eating all your food. Sustainability to me is renewable energy.
All right, thank you guys.
Thanks, Seamus.
Anthony Turner.
Yeah.
What does sustainability mean to you?
It means the preservation of animals and wildlife.
Thank you. Matthew Cole. What does sustainability mean to you?
Sustainability means to me be able to continue something for a long time, and so sustainability in the environment means to just have a good environment for a long time.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome, Mr. Sully.
Sustainability class?
Oh, this is my wife's class?
Yes, it is.
Wait.
What does it mean for you to be sustainable?
What does it mean for me to be sustainable? For me, it means that I want to make sure that my children have the same resources that we have, and that their quality of life is integrated, but rather the quality of the environment.
Thank you.
Well, we buy a lot of organic food because chemical pesticides and insecticides are not sustainable because, one, they're oil-based, so they have to be produced like with gasoline, and secondly, it pollutes. The runoff of the fertilizers and the runoff of the pesticides and insecticides end up in the river and pollutes the river. That's why there's a huge dead zone in the Mississippi River down in the Gulf of Mexico. Two, we try very hard to minimize the waste that we produce behind the house in the kitchen, whereas we keep strict, detailed production records about how much you guys eat, and so when we do that meal again, we try to tailor it in such a way that we don't produce much leftovers. If we do produce leftovers, we try to use them in a creative way. And also we try to encourage you guys to eat more plant-based foods, because the higher in the food chain you eat, the less sustainable you are.
Faculty about what sustainability means to them. Sustainability to me is very close to along the lines of what Mr. Joslin said. Sustainability to me means to be able to use our resources to make a better place for future generations ahead. So, for my project to make New Hampton a more sustainable place, I chose to make flower beds, such as these. These flower beds act as a little greenhouse. They will look a lot like the flower beds right here, but as you can see, there's nothing on top of them. Nothing to keep them warm in the winter. So, what I did was I made these beds so they fit these glass panes. Put the glass pane over the top, keeps it warm inside. Toasty. Onto the building process. Building process was not too complicated. All it took was some wood that was left over from project week, some saws, some lag bolts, some washers, a drill, and of course the panes of glass to go over the top. Now let's walk over and check the beds out again. Very first thing I did was get these panes of glass, 3 different sizes. Got the measurements for each side. So then I figured out, with the help of Mr. Shackett, what size each side of the plant bed should be. After I did that, I got or would attach pieces of wood. But first, before I had to do that, set the wood up according to the size of the windows, like I said before. Now what I did, I got the drill with a bit just specifically made for these. Put the washer on, get the 1/4 socket, and screw them on with a drill. 2 on each side, on 4 sides. After that, I got the window. Simply put the window on top. There, you got yourself a mini greenhouse. So, how my project will help the New Hampton School become more sustainable is that it will grow things in it, things like herbs and small plants for the kitchen staff to use, that they use every single day. Those things used every day come from different sources off campus, whether it's a supermarket or a different farm. No matter what it is, it makes the New Hampton School a less sustainable place. And that's because how that gets here is through trucks or cars. By not using those trucks or cars to deliver all the things that we need for the kitchen staff, we will produce less gas that is released into the air by just having the plants on campus. Coming from my background, I wasn't raised up in the most sustainable environment, you could say. My family owns an oil company, which a lot of people don't like, but it's what got food on my table. And I plan on taking over that oil company in the future. And my plans, after taking this class, and after learning what it means to be sustainable, I have different plans in the future for the company. I plan to find different ways of getting the oil and finding out ways where we can use less oil but get the same amount of energy. I don't believe the world can function as well without oil and gasoline, but I do believe that there are better ways to go about it. So, hello. You've learned a little bit about my project. Was that English? Hello. You've learned a little bit watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you learned something. So, next time you do something, think, is this sustainable?